So let's make it night first by putting down the quicklime, stone axe, now it's nighttime. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. And there we go. Hello and welcome to another episode of Regrowth Reloaded. Okay, let's start off by trying to finish up this one quest we got here in chapter 14, How the World Enhances, and we want to take a look at fusion reactor hype. Now that everything is prepared, time to build the actual fusion reactor. About time, right? The reactor itself is a 5x5 cube with the corners cut out so each side forms a diamond shape. The bulk of the reactor structure is formed of reactor frame blocks, but any non-edge blocks can be replaced with the other reactor components or reactor glass. To input fuel and output power, you will need reactor ports with a total of 3 needed at minimum: deuterium and tritium in, power out. You will also need a laser focus matrix placed in the structure, which is how you input the laser pulse necessary for reactor ignition. The final component necessary for forming the reactor is the reactor controller, which must be placed in the very middle of the top face of the reactor. So, we need to make 1 reactor controller, 2 reactor ports, 1 reactor frame, or 61 reactor frames, and 1 laser focus matrix. So let's start off with our reactor controller. Let's take a look at the recipe there. That is 5 reactor frames, a basic gas tank, 2 ultimate control circuits, and a piece of glass pane. So let's start off here. Now the reactor frames, let's just look here. Reactor frames, I've got a bunch of them already, but these are made using 4 steel casings and an atomic alloy. I had to make a whole bunch of steel because this thing is a real pain in the neck, because we need refined steel and titanium to make each one of these, and because of how many of these we're actually going to be using, it's really quite ridiculous. So, reactor controller, we do have a gas tank in there. That one has ethylene in it. Let me do this. I'm going to make a basic gas tank first. Do we have everything we need for that? No, we don't. What are we missing? 2 osmium plates? Okay. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to come in here, osmium. Yeah, we don't have any. I'm going to craft 10 of them. Oh, we'll actually craft 12 because they're 4 in a batch. We need 2 of them to make this tank. We're probably going to have to make a few of these tanks, but let's get the one started that we need now. There we go. Put those back. There we go. And reactor core. And okay, we've got the reactor controller. Alright, next thing on the list, we need 2 reactor ports, and those are 4 reactor frames and an ultimate control circuit, and that gives you 2 of them. Let's come back in here, reactor port. Got that. There's the 2 of those. Next thing, once let's make 61 reactor frames. We'll put that aside for a moment. Let's look at the laser focus matrix, and that is 4 reactor glass with a block of redstone, and the reactor glass is 4 reactor frames and a piece of glass, and that'll give us 4. So let's come back in here. So we need a reactor again. So reactor glass, there's those. And then the reactor, this thing. What is that missing? The redstone block. Oh, come on. Just make that real quick. There. Now I've got a redstone block. There we go. There's those. And then finally we need a reactor. We need 61 of those, 59. And I made a recipe for this, so let's see. Next, there should be there's the 61 that we need. Is that everything we got there? Reactor frame. Oh, that's reactor casings. What is reactor frame? Reactor frame. Isn't that what these are? Reactor frames. Why aren't you picking that up? Reactor frame. Huh. All right, let me reactor frame. Tell me that I have to actually manually craft these silly things. All right, I don't know what's going on there, why it's not accepting that. So all right, let me do this. It's not an idea that I want to do, but let's do HQM edit. And that's going to give me the edit version of the quest book. I'm going to come in here, and I think you have to shift click to complete the task. Hold shift and click on quests to automatically complete them. Okay. Take that. Let's get our regular quest book back out. There we go. Because we got to 61. I don't know what happened, why it wasn't doing that. So let's go ahead and claim our reward. And before anybody says anything, let's get rid of this thing. So we'll come up here. Oh, and these finally all filled up. Anyways, we're going to come over here to our void chest, and we're going to take this overpowered version of the book and toss it in there and get rid of it. I don't know what the issue was, why it wasn't accepting that, but there we go. We've got the reactor hype done. All right. Go ahead and put this stuff away. I don't really want it on me. Is there anything else in this quest line? I think that's everything for mechanism, and that's going to start. We're going to have to start working on the Academy craft soon. Does this open anything else up in here? This one still isn't open yet. How the world recovers. Anyways, we're going to let that one be. So that should be the end of all of our mechanism stuff. So let's come back into chapter 10, How the World Grows. We're going to open that up, and I want to come over here to this one here, Swish and Flick. Now that you've infused yourself, it's time to take advantage of one of the things that you can use that power 4. So this was, again, it wanted us to kill an ant. We already done that. And now once you get an ant twig, you'll need to brew a mystic unguent. So we need to brew this mystic unguent. So let's take a look at the recipe for that. And that's a redstone soup, a rowan sapling, a potion of strength, creeper heart, a diamond, and demonic blood. Now, demonic blood is a demon heart with diamond vapor in the distillery. I've already done that, and that gives you 4 demonic blood and a refined evil. So I've got that stuff in here. So that was the redstone soup, the rowan sapling, potion of strength, creeper heart, a diamond, and diamond blood, or demonic blood. Is that correct? You check it again. Yes. And that needs to go in the kettle. I'm going to go ahead and grab this ant twig, because I think we're going to need that as well. Stop and eat something real quick. And it might be nighttime. It is. So let me sleep real quick, and I'll meet you out by the kettle. Alright, we're out here by the kettle. First thing I want to do is I want to put on my witch's robes, since you get a bonus when it comes to brewing. So swap that out so I'm in my witch's robes. I'm also going to want to get a couple of bottles. Now, I think we're only going to get one out of this, but I'm going to grab a couple of them just in case. So, and the things have to go in this order, just as they were shown there. So let me just go and make some room here. So that was redstone soup, rowan sapling, potion of strength, creeper heart, the diamond, and the demonic blood. So let's go ahead and get these tossed in there. You got white bubbles. There we go. We have our mystic unguent. Alright, so let's take a look at our quest book. And now it wants us to finally prepare a small and medium circle of the white ritual chalk and drop the twig and unguent into the circle. As long as there is 3,000 power in a nearby altar, you can activate the rite, applying an unguent to the twig, creating a mystic branch. The ritual can only be performed at night. Okay, so I've got the small and the medium circle. Now I know that there's a way to make it night, which we're going to have to look into real quick. I think, if I recall correctly, you'd need a stone axe to do that. So let's go ahead and take a look in our book. And that is the Circle Magic book. And that is right here. See if we can find something in there that's right to charging. Talisman. Binding. See if I can find this real quick, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, Rite of the Total Eclipse. This is the stone axe and quick lime with an altar power of 3,000. So let's go ahead and make ourselves a stone axe real quick. And we can do that right over here. Stone axe. There we go. And then some quick lime. I think do I have any in here? Quicksilver. Quick lime is just the wood ash that gets converted over to quicklime real quick. Alright, so let's see. Let me get this stuff ready here. And we're going to need alright, so quicklime, that should be quicklime there. Alright, so let's make it night first by putting down the quicklime, stone axe, now it's nighttime. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. And there we go. We've got our mystic twig that we need. Alright. So let me go sleep real quick and then we'll get back to this as I don't want it to stay night. Alright, so we've got the mystic branch now, but we don't really know what we can do with it yet. So let's take a look at the quest real quick, and this is going to give us a potion of regeneration. Let's go ahead and claim that. And this says it opens up 2 more quests. Now the quests are going to be in, one of them anyways, it's going to be here in What the World Teaches. So let's open that up. And now we've got this one, reading into things too much. Having a mystic branch is all well and good, but randomly waving it around won't do you much good. The symbology book will teach you how to wield the branch effectively and with style. Did I mention how fun it is to use spells on your friends? So we need to make this witchcraft symbology book. So let's take a look at the recipe for that. That's an ant twig, an ink sac, a book, and a feather. So we've got all that here. We've got the ant twig, ink sac, feather, and a book. So let's go ahead and put that together real quick. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there, and the book in the middle. And there we go. Now we've got our witchcraft symbology book. So let's go ahead and take a look in here, and it's going to give us a book and 16 experience drops. All right, so if we take a look at this book, and it's going to show you drawing symbols with a mystic branch allows a practitioner to sculpt natural energies. Only infused practitioners can use this type of magic. Forbidden curses require the infernal infusion. So, Axio pulls a drop item. So you take your stick and you go left, up, right, right, down. So let's see how this works. Left, up, right, right, down. I want to come out here because in there we still kind of are in the presence of the hopper hawks. So let's go ahead and do this maybe. Take our twig. So we need to go left, up, right. Oh, that's wrong. Left, up, right, right, down. And that pulled that to us. So that's how this thing works. How useful it is going to be to us, I don't know. I'm going to put it aside for right now. And let's take a look at the next thing that we want to do. And that was, I want to come back downstairs because I got what I need in that chest. So back down we go. And let's take a look in the quest book. Hit done. I don't want that one. Swap out the quest book. And here we go. And we're going to go to chapter 12. Oh wait, How the World Changes. Open that up. And that was, which one did that one? More than just a pet. Completed. Okay, so we have everything now that we need in order to get a familiar. So let me just read this. Cats, toads, and owls all make great pets which follow you loyally. Once tamed, however, you think there might be a way to use them to channel some extra witchy power. Binding them to your soul should do the job. So this wanted us to get a tear of the goddess, an odor of purity, a whiff of magic, a diamond, and demonic blood. And that's going to give us a demon heart, so let's go ahead and claim our reward. Alright. And this opens up a few other things in here, which we will get to eventually. But I want to come back in here. The way the world changes, which is where we need to be in first place, we're going to look at this one called Devilish Wit. Using the Polynesia charm has led you to wonder whether it is possible to create a more potent version which might somewhat placate the rage of a demon. The Devil's Tongue charm does just that, making them far less violent, but also decreasing the cost for the trades they offer if they are interacted with while holding the charm. The charm can also perform all the functions of the Polynesia charm. Their durability will only last for about 10 demonic trades. So we need to create the Devil's Tongue charm. So let's take a look at that. And that is 4 blaze powder, a Polynesia charm, a demon heart, a skeleton skull, refined evil, and a tongue of dog. So we've got all of that stuff in here as well. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. And let's just go ahead and make this thing. And it was 4 blaze powder. I need to look at this again. Polynesia charm, refined evil, demon heart. Polynesia charm. And it has to be a brand new Polynesia charm. We can't use the one that we were using. The tongue of dog. Demon heart, refined evil. There we go. So we got the Devil's Tongue charm. So that works exactly the same as the Polynesia charm, except that we use it on demons. So let's go ahead and take a look at our quest book. And that's going to give us another demon heart and another Devil's Tongue charm. Alright. And unfortunately they do not stack. Alright, so let me get my stuff situated and I'll be right back with you. Alright, I heard about something I wanted to try real quick, and we're going to go to the Nether. Now, before we do this, I just want to be upfront on this in case you see it pop up. You see here I changed the difficulty to peaceful and I changed it back to normal. And the reason for that is because when we come into the Nether, if it's been a while, yeah, this is what we get here. So they should have gone away. So I just want to clear them out of my area. Difficulty peaceful. There we go. They, for some reason, I think they're spawning on the obsidian and then get trapped in this area here. And I just do that because it's hard to get in to here when you got this small area, when you got a whole bunch of pigmen in here. Anyways, we're going to come in here. And I brought the Rod of the Shifting Crust. And the idea that I was told would work is that you should be able to use this, and it does. Okay, this is another way that you can get ores. Oh, sounded like you got mad, so maybe not. Anyways, yeah, you can use it to get the ores, but it still seems that you're going to anger pigmen. So, yeah, if you can make this thing early enough, you're going to be able to go through that whole quest is kind of cheaty, but I had to try it. I wanted to see if it actually did work. So yeah, we've got you know, some nether gold and some nether coal from that. Alright, well that's it for this episode. I know it's kind of short. I didn't have an awful lot. I thought it was going to take a little longer to do some of these quests. But we finished up everything we need for our fusion reactor. We made that mystic branch and the book that goes with it. We made our devil charm or whatever it was. And then I showed you how you can actually use the rod of the shifting crust to actually get your ores in the nether without having to go through that entire process of creating better and better picks. So it's kind of cheaty, but you can do it. Anyways, we'll see what we're up to next time. I don't have an idea at this point, but we'll come up with something. So until next time, this is Desert Rat. Have a good one. Goodbye.